morning, students. From our moral science book, today we'll talk about Mullah Nasruddin, a character who is known for his wisdom, sense of humor, and tactfulness. Okay, so let's get into the story. One day, Mullah Nasruddin planned to settle a royal party on the occasion of his birthday. Okay, in the party, he thought to invite his neighbors, friends, and close family members. Alright. So, as he had decided for a grand party, he had to arrange the things, isn't it? He went to the market to buy rice, fruits, and vegetables. Okay. For the party, he engaged a number of cooks to prepare tasty and delicious meal. Alright. But what happened? He didn't have large utensils which were required by the cooks to prepare different kinds of dishes. Alright. Now, what did he do? He went to his neighbors and borrowed big utensils and pots, and his neighbors also lent him the utensils and pots. Okay. Now, there was no problem for his work to be done, isn't it? So, he organized a grand feast and all the guests were delighted and enjoyed well. Then the next day, when Mullah went to return the pots to his neighbors, he returned a young ones of the pots to each of them who had given him their pots. Okay. When the neighbors saw that they are getting two pots, one their own and the other of small size, they asked Mullah what the matter was. Then Mullah told them he had kept all the pots in his cellar, which gave life to whatever was kept there. When he kept those pots in the cellar, then what happened? The pots came to life and gave birth to a new pot. So that new young pot also belonged to the neighbors. Now, hearing these words from Mullah, everyone, those who had lent their pots to him, were delighted. They laughed on Mullah's stupidity, but due to their greediness, they accepted the pots from him. Alright. Few days later, again, Mullah borrowed utensils. This time, big pots and pans. Okay. The people, remembering their profit, which they had got recently, were very happy to lend their pots and other utensils, whatever Mullah required. Then the day came. Mullah hosted a grand party and everyone attended and enjoyed it. Then what happened? When the party was over, Mullah collected all the utensils, went to the town and sold them. In return, he got a handsome amount of money and became a rich man. Now the other side. After many days, when Mullah not came to the neighbor's house to return their utensils and pots, the neighbors came to visit Mullah and asked for the pots. In reply, Mullah said that he didn't have any pots with him. Then the neighbors reminded Mullah that they had lent the utensils and wanted them back. Mullah told that he don't know where the utensils were. So hearing this, the neighbors became angry and kept this matter before the panchayat. When the panchayat ordered Mullah to return the utensils, Mullah said he can't return them because they had all died. The crowd shouted, how the utensils could die? Then Mullah explained that he had borrowed the neighbor's pots and utensils and kept in his cellar. He told the people that his cellar has a special power. Which kind of power? It can give life to anything that was kept in it. So what had happened? The pots had given birth to their young ones, which he had returned to each one from whom he had borrowed the pots. This was the fact. Now, Mullah had kept the pots again in his cellar, but all have died. from where would he bring and return the utensils to them? If they had believed the pots had given birth to the young ones, then why can't they believe that the pots were dead? Hearing this, the panchayat dismissed the matter and cancelled the case. That matter was closed up. Okay? Students, actually the neighbors got extra pots in return and the greed had made home in their life. Without effort, if they will get a plenty, then why to leave it? So they had given more utensils the second time in belief that in return they would get the double from the borrower. But the situation was changed. Mullah told such a false story that the neighbors lost their things and had no mouth to speak out a single word. This happened. Why? Due to their greediness. Students, greed is a vice which eats up the positive thought and ruins one's life. Thank you.